You might want to minimize that.
That would be great.
Oh, too late. I got it. Put your video on. Say hi to the people.
Okay, let me. That would be great.
Should I go too put my late. work Got shirt it.
Uh-huh.
on? Put your video on. Say hi to the people.
No. Hi, people. Let me. This
Oh.
is a Let's Code. Or, as the industry calls it, Developer Diary number 2.
Well, that person on the comments loved your beard so much.
Yeah, I have a really nice beard. See? I do.
And I
really
have
do.
my
And the
12-hour
women
man
love-
scruff.
Yeah. I do it for the ladies. Yeah. not so
Yeah.
much.
Okay. That's enough for the video.
Just that I've left my, my saving machine in Patras, and my brother didn't bother bringing it with him for the holiday, so I'm pretty much fucked. Great. So, Developer Diary number 2, working on, what are we working on? The Pro Wrestling X editor.
Wrestling.
Yeah. Wrestling. This is MC Wrestling, and this is Joe Ming. So,
MC Rast.
yeah, that's my new name. I need to change my Minecraft nickname now.
I forgot
I'm
about that.
pretty sure MC Wrestling is going to be available everywhere, on
Oh.
every service worldwide.
There it is. Show
What's
off.
up, Gaga?
Show off what I did.
We are.
I don't know where I export. Oh yeah. It exports to your documents
Are
folder.
you record the TeamViewer feed?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Uh-huh.
what do we call it? Pro Wrestling X models. Oh, look at this. Wave files. We got sounds exported.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
And
rock.
that's all John. John's doing. Here's the state of our code right now. It's not great, but it is a start, and I had to
I was
be as
rocking
basic as I could for... What?
out. I was rocking out. I didn't hear anything
What?
you said.
Okay, so here's the state of our code right now. It's pretty basic, but I had to go with basic because John is watching, and I didn't want to go all weird on him.
We can get rid of the video
Um,
now. You're starting to break up. Bye-bye.
Oh. So, end of video feed, and we're focusing on the code.
Coding. Code
So, the improvements. What?
Let's code.
Let's code. So, the the improvements since last time you joined us for 3.5 hours of
Oh.
me and John eating pizza and coding,
And
because
go on Facebook.
that's what programmers normally do. And me going on Facebook. Sorry, Facebook friends, you've all been exposed. But
Compromised.
it's your fault. Yeah. All your secrets are out there now. So, yeah, since last time, what Saints then we didn't show you. So there was a pretty obvious issue in our code here, where when we are reading headers, if we detect a header, we add it to the header offsets list. If we don't detect a header, we went back by a specified length, and now it's dynamic. It goes by the header length, which is what should happen. We shouldn't have a length hard-coded.
Whoa.
And this is on every part that it detects headers. Second thing is we've used background workers everywhere to make sure that we show that cool progress bar whenever we do anything. And the main optimization was to use memory streams. What memory streams are explained in this comment. In basic words, it instead of leaving the file on the hard drive and reading from it, and as we all know, hard drives are really stop me when you've had enough, really slow in random access. So that's why we have RAM, aka random access memory. See? So when you want to do a lot of random access, and not sequential one, which is what we do because we go front and back constantly, you want to work with memory streams. Memory streams load the whole file into the memory, the RAM, so the whole process is much faster. It's an optimization I had forgotten to do on find.hex as well. So now, if you use find.hex, you'll see how fast it is. Let me show that off for a second. So let's go to projects, find.hex, release. Let's load it up. We need this path, or maybe I remember having rows. Yeah, the hex trick to be found. What should we do? Let's do first playbook there is in the official roster. So I need to open the roster editor, open an official roster. Well, an almost official roster. B F53E7D, but because I don't want to bother writing that, I'm going to go here, edit, paste, and usually, because find.hex was really slow, right, John?
Yes.
The starting offset we used would be close to what we knew, right?
Right.
But see what happens after the optimization I did when I used memory streams in find.hex as well.
And it's done.
Yep. Yep, it went through the whole file in 4 or 5 seconds.
Did you release that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the latest version, but find.hex doesn't have an update check mechanism yet,
Which is fine.
like most of my other tools. I didn't think I would be posting many enough versions to to warrant an update check. I did post that on the roster editor thread, which if you had been reading, you should have seen that. So anyway, let's continue. What
I just
do
had a
you
texture called titties. Sorry.
What?
I just had some texture called titties.
Yeah, that's nice, I guess.
Well, I was just
So,
downloading.
John,
Find it. Sorry.
what do you want to do today?
Today, I want to focus on importing.
Yeah!
Yeah,
So-
boy.
Let's plan. First, importing. How it's going to work. We're going to need a folder that has at least one texture the user wants to import, right?
Correct.
Texture should be properly named. Okay?
Correct.
Then what we want to do is export all textures except the ones the user wants to import in that same folder, and then rebuild the .dat file from all those textures. Does that sound
Now, what I
fine?
was thinking was, instead of having it, how easy is it to do what you just said?
really easy?
Okay, because what I was just going to say was, we just force the user to
Have
import
all the
whatever's
textures?
in the entire folder.
Yeah, but if the user is lacking a certain texture by mistake, that will crash the game.
True.
It's
Q
really,
count.
it's really easy to make the check for any missing textures since we have the names, and then go by that and extract any
No, you're right.
textures to-
I just didn't know if it's. I mean, I'm just going at the basic.
Yeah,
If you can figure out ways
first
to make it sexy,
we're
by all
going-
means.
we're going to actually work our way back from those steps.
Okay.
We're not going to have the automatic export and import before we figure out how to rebuild the .dat file from a number of files. Okay? Okay. So, let's start building an import function.
Ooh. Is there any reason why you threw it there?
No specific reason. I
Okay.
just want to have the export code close by.
No, just making sure.
The-
I was just curious.
Yeah, the order of the functions is irrelevant. It doesn't make any difference. So, what we want to do first is, I guess the user or the developer should give a path to where the textures are stored. And we need to determine the user should also give us the name of the .dat file we're supposed to create and the path to the .dat parameter file. Okay?
Yes.
So path to files, that file, that parameter file. Okay. So what we're going to do is go to that folder. It's nice how I named it files path the last time around, but now I'm naming it path to files. Anyway. So, if it doesn't exist, we should display a name, a message saying and fuck all. So, if it does exist, what
What's
we
the
want to
return
do,
do?
return just exits a function.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Normally, when a function returns something, like here, grab names returns a list of strings, right?
Yeah.
You use return with the variable you want to send back to the calling function. But here, where the return type is void, it means we're not returning anything. So in the help, specifies return value type for a method that does not return a value, right?
Right.
Okay. So, what we want to do now is, if it does exist, we want to get all the files from it. Okay.
And you're using a different get files path to files because it's importing. You don't want it the same as the exporting.
Yeah. The user might have the textures in some other folder. We're going to ask where the textures are anyway. We're not going to assume a folder.
So it's good to have that separate, though.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, I was just confused. Asking questions.
So we need to make a list of all those files to import, which is this one. All the files inside that folder. Yeah, it's an array, so let's ask kindly for it to become a list. Okay, so now we have a list of files we want to import. How do we build the .dat file? First, let's assume all the files are in there, right?
Well, there's one question I have for you real quick. For the textures, the first texture in the entire file is it's not alphabetical. The rest are.
Okay, but we're going to grab the names from the .dat parameter file, or as we called it before, the names file, right?
Oh shit! Yes.
Those don't change, right?
Correct.
We can't add textures.
You probably could, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, okay, we're not there yet. So, let's do what we did before. Let's grab the names first, okay? We're going to grab the names. What does it need? A file name. Oh yeah, it needs the... No, wait, grab names. Where is it? Yeah. File name. What does it need it? Why does it need it? Oh yeah, it needs the because it needs a path to the file, because the names file is right in there. So yeah, let's how do I want to do this? Okay, I'm just going to give the names file here. And names length. This, as we saw, is 72 anyway, so in every case, but let's ask for that. Let's be more dynamic, because we might encounter a names file that doesn't have entries that are 72 bytes long, right? We might. We haven't yet, but we might. So, okay. now we have the names, we have the files we want to import, so we should be importing files by order of the names, right?
Except, well, the textures one, you know, let me throw this to you on Skype, just to remind you. Skype, show I am, paste. See that first one right there? No normal?
Yeah.
Screws everything up because it's not alphabetical. Everything else is.
We don't care. Names, the list of names isn't going to be alphabetical. It's going to be in the order that it is in the names file.
Are you talking about getting it from the DAT file, or are you talking about just having the tool?
Yeah, we're getting the names from the DAT file that has the names.
Again,
the
I
parameters
apologize.
file.
Correct.
Okay?
Yep.
Right. So, what we're going to say is for each name in names, we're going to see if that file is in the files to import. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if files to import contains, but files to import are going to be probably full paths, so or not. I'm not sure. Anyway, path get file name name. Okay. So no, we don't need that because names are just names. So if our list of files to import has that file in the names, we want to add it to the DAT. So how are we going to add it to the DAT? We're going to make a big byte array, so called data, and we want to make data be all the bytes, read all bytes from files to import. No. Path to files plus slash plus name. Okay.
What does the slash mean?
It's just, see, slash is not a valid character on its own in C and C-like languages such as C#, which we're working with, because, for example, the new line character is /n.
Right.
When you want to enter a slash, you have to enter a double slash. So it's the slash modifier with the slash character, which means just a slash.
Okay.
You can avoid that in C# by using the @ character before you open the quotes, which means use that string literally. Do not parse any special codes like new line. Okay?
Yep, that makes sense because I just remember you used the @ before, so that's
yeah.
You're saying slash.
That's. I didn't want to go into that from the first, lesson / developer diary.
But the second one's okay.
Yeah, the second one's okay. Yeah, we're on our second date now. I can, we can reach second base and stuff.
Oh, Leftos, we are well past our second date.
Yeah. This is getting creepier and creepier. So we've read all the data. So what we want to do is we want to add this to the data, but an array isn't really nice for that. So what I'm going to do is make it a list of bytes. I know some programmers watching this will be screaming their heads off right now, but I don't care.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to do this the non-efficient but easy to understand way. So we're going to add to that list of bytes the bytes from that file, and when this ends, what's going wrong? Oh yeah. Read all bytes returns an array. We're working with lists, so we kindly ask the array to become a list. So we add to data, it's the bytes from its file we want to import. So in the end, data, come on.
But this little check thing has helped me so badly when I was modifying it. It helped me so much.
Yeah, it does. It does help. I'm not complaining because it explains the errors. I'm complaining because I'm making errors. So, anyway, we should be right in this part of the code. We should have the data be all the files we want to import. So this should be our dat file. But when we add files, we also want to keep track of the lengths so we can make offsets, right?
Right.
So the list of offsets let's make it so the first offset is of course always going to be 0, but then we want to add the size. We want to wait, let's see. Okay, I want to make this for each be a 4. Nice, that's what I love. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, okay, offsets, we want to add, as an offset, we want to add the previous offset plus the length of this file. Does that make sense?
Obvious, add the previous length. Yes.
Okay, we want to add what the previous offset was plus the length of the file we're importing, because the next file's header is going to be there after what the last offset was plus the length. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
So here I want to add offsets I minus, oh no, I want to add offsets I plus
Sorry.
well, how do I get the length? Okay, yeah, I remember my C#. So what we're adding right now is okay, nope, didn't do that right. Yeah, okay, now it's correct. So after the first offset, that is 0, of course, because we start at the start of the file, right?
Right.
Let's close the editor. The next file, we calculate its length, add that to the previous offset, and then add that as an offset, because the next file is going to start there. Okay?
Yes.
Let me show you what I mean. I mean, the first file starts at 0. Let's say we added 100 bytes worth of file. So the next offset should be 100.
Right.
And then we add a file that's 245 bytes long. The next offset should be what?
345.
345, right? That's exactly what we're doing.
Although I don't know. I don't think 345 is proper in hex.
We don't care about hex yet. We're going to convert everything into hex in time.
You convert it at the end.
But yeah, length. Yeah, apparently length is long, obviously, so we need to convert that into an integer. So let me put that in parentheses, and then at the start of the parentheses say convert to 32 bits int. That's what it likes. And then we're going to remove the last offset, because the last offset will have no file. Say we had 3 files, the last offset is calculated, however we don't need it because we're never going to add a file there, right?
Right.
So we remove the last offset from the list of offsets. And then we need to convert all these offsets to hex, right? This is the part you love. So
I don't love it because I don't like the confusion.
So say you didn't know how to do that, or you didn't remember, like I don't remember right now. So what we're going to do is say decimal to hex, C# in Google, and we should get a nice result. Okay, Stack Overflow, my favorite website in the world.
I can tell.
To convert from decimal to hex, do toString parentheses x. And to convert from hex to decimal, do this. Okay, nice. Easy enough. So what we need to do is get this length. Should we do the offsets be straight up hex offsets. So let's make this a string list and add 0 as a string, as a hex string, and then we're going to make this be offsets. Oh yeah, let's not do this yet. Let's do this after all the offsets because we want to add things, and adding in hex isn't going to be pretty. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sorry.
Greek code doesn't work. So for each, no, not for each. For int I equals 0, I offsets count I plus plus. Let's do hex offsets. Hex offsets add offsets I to string x, which apparently converts decimal numbers to hex.
By saying string x?
That apparently doesn't work.
Yeah, I was gonna say des value, right? Yeah, you see it.
Decimal to hex, string format. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so. Yeah, that apparently worked in previous versions, but doesn't work now. Now it complains, so we're going to use this method.
Well,
string,
that looks a lot nicer anyway.
String.format, yeah. So we're going to use string.format 0x, which is the code for hexadecimal. Offsets I. Okay, this should work. Yeah, I'm going to get. I don't want email notifications. Okay. So now after this part, we should have all our hex offsets.
Right.
So we have the hex offsets. So what we need to do. We could right here create the dot file anyway. So say
br writer or bw, right?
Yeah, whatever the name is. We ask for it here. So that file. So idle bytes that file data to array. Okay. So. See the 3 lines of code that I tried to show you yesterday with the binary writer?
Right.
Yeah, it's even easier. I just didn't want you to be so spoiled. There's file, write all bytes, you give it the path to the file, you give it the data you want to write, and it does it in 1 line.
Yeah, you're mean, Uncle Leftos.
Yeah, I shouldn't spoil you with all the shortcuts from day 1. You should be learning some stuff. So. Let's make that ints again. Okay, so we've created the dot file. We have the offset, so now we need to edit the parameters file, or we can create it on our own, right? We can. Right. So let's create it on our own.
Because write it on our own.
Maybe we'll see. We need to know what the format is between the name of the file and
I have my own folder.
Yeah, you do. All over my hard drive. This is just for Pro Wrestling X. Another one has your naked photos. Another one has your your roster saves. So let's make it pretty.
That was
so after the name, there's of course the 0 termination byte, and then it's all FEs. Okay, so fuck Evelyn, then 4 bytes. This is the offset. Yes, Ναι. Όχι. Μπορεί στο γραφείο σου. Μπορεί να είναι και εδώ βέβαια, αλλά νομίζω ότι είναι στο γραφείο
If
σου.
you guys haven't figured it out already, this guy's...
Yeah. Right now I'm just helping my brother find the mouse. So.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was just telling the live stream that you're a genius.
Anyway, so this is the offset, this is the size, right? In hex reverse byte alignment, right?
Correct.
Okay. So first we need to write its name. So let's go through the names.
For each var name in names. Oh yeah.
So var, let's go through.
Variable.
Let's quickly say what var is. So names is a list of strings, right? So I could say string here. For each string, I give it a name, and then I say in which list these strings are. But since the compiler can figure out that a list of strings is going to give me string variables, I don't need to declare that. I can just say var. Give me whatever you can give me out of this list. That's what var is.
Right.
It's called implicit declaration, which means I don't care what the variable is going to be. I'm not going to explicitly declare it. You're going to give it for me. So since we're working with a list of strings, name is going to be a string, as we can see by leaving the mouse over the var. It says string. If I didn't use names and I use offsets, normally this would be string, so I need to change that into int. But now, since this is a list of ints, var is int 32. So there goes that.
Whoa.
For its name, we need to build another list of bytes, which is going to be our names file. Okay, so we're going to add some bytes that are going to be, it needs to be the name, but it needs to be the name in a character array, and this character needs to be transformed into its bytecode. So how did we do this yesterday? Do you remember how we converted the character to byte? Just by casting it to byte. That's what we call casting. I convert one variable that is of one kind to another kind. So I'm converting characters to bytes.
Right.
So you're mounting something, aren't you?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, definitely you're not. That's because I can see you. Anyway, so names that.
Oh, is the thing still on?
Anyway, I can't see you, but I can hear you. So
I'm still here.
Okay. I don't need you to be here, but it's funny. What's in your face? So var name car array. So we've made the name into an array of characters. So we want to get its character and add its bytecode. In the names data file. So I need to do byte name car. So yeah, I did all this a bit fast, so let's go over it again. So what we have right now is we've created the proper .dat file with all the models or textures or whatever. Right. We've transformed all the offsets into hex offsets. Okay? Now what I'm doing is for each name, for each file name, for each one of the models we're going to import, or we've already imported, of course, we convert the name to an array of characters. Why? Because we need the bytecodes. Because we're making this file by making it a list of... Oh, fuck, I'm stupid. Yeah, this all goes down the drain. There's binary writer, Leftos.
Thank you. I'm sorry, you were throwing me through a little bit of a loop here, and I was just
Yeah,
kind of like,
yeah. I showed you binary writer and all the magic it could do yesterday, and I've already forgotten about it. So, yeah, string. What's the names file? And now what we're going to do is we have the binary writer ready to do magic for us. So what we're going to do is pw write name to array. Okay. So we're telling it to write a name as an array of characters. Why I'm not using name as a string? Because when you go, if we read the documentation for write, and we go to write string here, it says it writes a length prefixed string to the string, which means that all mess.x, which is a string of 9 characters, would have a 9 in front of it. So it would be something like this, right? And we don't want that.
right.
Okay? We want it like so. So I tell it to write the name as an array of characters, and that won't make it be with that 9 in front. It's just going to write each one of the characters and be done with it. Then, as we saw, there is a string termination character 00, so the game knows where the name ends. So we're going to do that as well. We're going to write a byte of 0. And then what we need to do is write some FEs. How many? We need to subtract from 72
the number of characters. Right?
It's going to be name's length minus the length of the name minus how many bytes are the offset and the size together. Come on, it's easy.
Oh, 8. Sorry, I didn't know if you were actually asking me or being rhetorical.
Okay. So 8. We've subtracted from the whole name's length the length of the name and the 8 bytes. That's the offset and the size. So we should write that many FEs. So I need to do this. I minus less than count of FEs. I plus plus and do pw write. What's a fee? Fe is 254. Yeah, of course. Fuck. Byte 254. Okay. And then we need to write the offset, which should be we need this should be a 4 again. No. We're already using I. So 4. Yeah. We're going to write the offset, but first we need to convert that offset. Oh no, we have it as hex, but we need to reverse the bytes, right?
Right.
Okay. So we need to do this little weird thing right now. I'm going to do it. So
there's no command to just reverse bytes.
No, there's no command to reverse bytes because this is just a string. This is just a hex string, and it doesn't recognize. C# doesn't have code that automatically, reverses a hex string by bytes. You need to write that yourself, but because I've done this a lot of times in the past, I should have that somewhere already done for me. This tool, my jersey should surely have that function somewhere so I can copy paste it. Oh, come on. Okay. There should be Nope. Yeah, here it is. Reverse byte. Oh fuck. Yeah, it's working with bytes, of course. Anyway, we're going to write this from the start. So, what the hex string is, what the hex offset is. Oh wait, this hex offset is just the decimal converted to hex. So if the offset is 0, wait, in hex it's also going to be 0, but we need that to be 8 long, right?
Right.
So what we're going to do is dot pad left total width 8, and we need the padding to be zeros. So what this does is takes the hex offset and adds as many zeros as needed to make it 8 characters long. Does that make sense?
Many zeros is needed to make it 8 characters long.
Because we can't work with just 0. The offset needs to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's all it does. But if you convert
shouldn't it be
just
4
0...
characters?
What?
Shouldn't it be 4 characters? Or are you grouping together the...
No, it isn't. Hex, look here, it's 8 characters. It's 4 bytes, but it's byte because we're working with hex. Each hex character is 4 bits, so a byte has 8 bits. So each byte is 2 characters, 2 hexadecimal characters.
You are correct,
or
sir.
2 hexadecimal digits, whatever. So we could do this. We need to split this hex offset each 2 characters. And we can do this like so. What I'm saying, substring takes a starting position and the length and gives you just that part of the string. So when I give it 0 and 2, it goes to the start of the string and gives me 2 characters, right? When I give it 2 and 2, it goes here and gives me those 2 characters. When I give it 4 and 2, it goes there and it gives me those 2. And when I give it 6 and 2, it gives me those 2. So then I can ask it to reverse those parts and give them to me in the opposite order. So if it was 0A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, it would give me 4, 8, 3, 4, 1, 2, 0, A, which is exactly what I want, right?
Right.
Okay.
So just by doing... Okay.
I'm just breaking the string into 2 character packs, which is byte packs.
Yep. No, I understand. The commands are new.
Yeah. Okay.
So
substring is a portion of the string, and you give it where you want it, where you want that portion to begin, and how long it should be. So then the resulting string should be B4 plus B3 plus B2 plus B1. When you're working with strings, plus doesn't add, because strings can't be added, it concatenates them. Okay?
But that will output it still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Bless you. So, what we need to do now is just write that offset as a character array to the string. And what we're left with is the length. Length.
Yep.
Okay. So let's have those lengths stored somewhere for easier access. So I'm going to take this part of code, bring it here, and say lengths.add, and then just say lengths I. Okay. So what I need to do here is do the same exact thing for the length, right? I need to convert it to hex and then reverse the byte order, right?
Before I forget again, where did you get 254? With the BW right above the string thing that you just did?
Right above the string that I just
The 254. Up three more lines.
Oh yeah, that's the FE. FE
is 254.
byte.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking.
Okay. So since we're going to use this exact code again, but instead of the hex offsets, we're going to use hex lengths. Let's make this a small helping function. I'm going to take all this, extract a method from it, and I'm going to name it reverse byte order. And so here it is, a nice little function that I can call at any time. Let's just make this a bit better. And I'm going to replace all those with hex string. So any hex string I give to this little function, as long as it's 8 bytes, this function should work perfectly and give me the same hex string but with the byte order reversed. Okay?
But
the reason I did that is because when we create a list of hex lengths as well, go away, help. I want to copy code. Go away. Okay. So now let's just do this in one step. Binary writer write reverse byte order of hex lengths item J to character array. Okay.
And where'd you get the J from?
J is here. We're going through the next list once again. Okay. It's not. Yeah. I should. Yeah. Okay. Now. So for each name, what we do is write that name, then write a 0, then write as many Fs as needed, then write the offset in reverse hex, then write the length in reverse hex. And that should be every entry of the parameters file, right?
Right.
So all we need to do right now is just close the file and done. What did you not understand? Come on.
I didn't understand a lot of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go through this by myself, and because I learned a lot.
So you're not paying any attention, and you're just letting me do the work while you're eating pizza, most probably.
No, it's not pizza night, but no, I'm following you and I'm watching everything you're doing.
Okay, so give me 2 or 3 quick questions, and then we will continue and try this out.
How the fuck do you know all these commands?
Experience. Next question. Just experiment.
How long will it take?
I've needed most of this. There's been a time where I've needed most of this in the past. All it takes is a clever search in Google for whatever you need to do. You do this once, you then forget about it again. You do the search again, find it the second time, and from the second time on, you remember it.
Right, and that's the only part where I'm really just lost. Is just how it makes sense.
Natural.
It makes sense how you're doing it, and I can understand where the variables are and what the binary writer and reader is doing, and I know how you're doing the offsets, turning them into a list, turning them into strings, reversing the strings. Like, it makes sense to me. It's just
too much.
It's not too much, because I'm going to download this code after, and I'm going to go through and see where it all links up and is happy together, and I'll learn it like I did on Friday night.
Okay, nice.
So with you. I'm with you. I'm just not next to you.
Let's have my computer blow up by actually trying this out. Let's try it with models. And what? Didn't I copy? No, apparently not. So let's try this again. Control C, Control V. Yeah, now it worked. So button, import models. Nope. Okay. Let's remove this reference and add a new one because we want to do this. Okay, so we need to let's make it a save file dialog. Sfd equals new save file dialog. Sfd.title is going to be give me a fucking name. Dog, motherfucker. Okay. Sfd show dialog. And okay. Again, same tech. Has the user given us a file name to work with? If yes, okay. If no, fuck you. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the names file name by ourselves because it should be in the same folder. Okay.
Yep.
No, let's not. Let's just ask again. Let's keep this somewhere. Var that file equals sfd.file name sfd.title.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm in a nice mood today. Again, let's copy paste this. Okay. And then call import all, which is in the graphics import export. Path to files. Okay, so it should be. Oh yeah, we didn't ask for the. Yeah, we didn't ask for the models files. So let's do this. Let's copy this. Pick the models you want to import.
Isn't it the models folder?
Yeah, but the user can just select a file out of the folder, and then we'll just do everything else as well. So pick one of the models, and then it's going to be path get. Something went wrong there. Path. No, not Windows shapes. I need the other path. Do we actually use Windows shapes? So path. Path. Just path. Path. Come on. Yeah. System IO path. Path. Get full path. Can just do this.
Why do we do that every time?
Replace. Okay. So why I'm doing this? because I just need the directory, the file, the model that the user selected.
Right.
I
No,
need the directory where all the models are.
I was saying that to myself. I was double checking the file formats, and I keep opening the 50 megabyte file in Notepad,
Okay.
and it crashes Notepad, and
Yeah, of course.
that's the third time I've done it with you on a live stream. So why do I do such things?
So make the .dot files open with a different program by default.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Builders! Yay! Yeah, of course, it is already defined. No, I shouldn't be starting this without debugging because obviously something is going to go wrong. So, where do we have some exported models? Let's export some models first.
I was gonna say you probably have them as a.
Have you seen how fast it is?
That was
After-
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I downloaded it.
And models
tried
is
it
small.
again.
I mean, textures is a nice part, which is the...
Yeah, left text.
Yeah.
That just erased all your models though.
Yeah, I know. We should be doing this differently. We should have separate folders for models, textures, and sounds.
We
Actually,
should. That's what I did with
Certainly.
sounds. I gave it its own folder.
yeah, you did?
Fuck yeah, I did.
Let me see the... No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No Pro Wrestling X models.
Bullshit talkie.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. No, I changed it back because I couldn't get it working because I thought that's what I had it in sounds, and I thought that's what was breaking it before I figured out that I screwed up the button.
Okay.
That was one of the things that went back and changed and back to default. So yes, I had it changed, and then I went back to it.
Let's do this properly. We're going to name this. We're going to have a folder called Pro Wrestling X Editor that's going to be used all over the program. So let's grab this, put this in main window. Yeah. Okay. Stop complaining. We're not going to make it public, and you love us again. Public. Public.
Love
So-
me.
So yeah, those are because the files path and the docs path are used all over the program. We want them to be in one place and be accessible from everywhere. So here, let's make this have
Excuse me. I'm
var private. Wow. Okay. And then when we're exporting models, export all should ask for another thing, which is going to be the folder name. And what we're going to do is
I just got another email from someone saying that the roster editor is too hard to understand.
yeah. Suddenly it is too hard to understand when Redditor has been out for so
How
many years and works exactly the same.
He was commenting on the main tutorial too. He wasn't even commenting on a particular one, like the names or the offsets or anything.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I'd share that with you.
So what I'm doing now is just saying that each export function should get its own folder name, which is which should be a subfolder inside the files path that we have. Files path is documents/Pro Wrestling X Editor.
Right.
Now, whenever export all is called, it also needs a folder name to work, which will create a subfolder inside the Pro Wrestling X Editor folder, and then let's make this a bit cuter. Files path plus folder name. Let's make that just folder, and then get this to be folder, and then make this again folder, and then make this folder, and then we can just copy this along with this, and then just grab this, go to sounds here, and then place this thing. Okay, so files path should be need also this in sound import exports. Let's copy them, and then so folder name, yeah. Okay, now we're talking. Now it should work perfectly, but now we've broken every export all there is. We need to give it some more models. This should be textures, and this should be sounds. Let's export everything and see how that goes. Nope. What went wrong again? Yeah. This also needs a folder name, and let's put it here as well. Okay. Yeah. Export models. Export textures.
So freaking quick, man.
Yeah, it is now.
Oh.
Export sound for whatever reason. Okay, so now if I go to documents, yeah, I'm a series pirate. Fuck you. If I go here, the textures didn't end up in the proper folder, but yeah, nothing ended up in the proper folder apparently.
Oh wow.
Except maybe sounds. Nope. Sounds. Yeah, that didn't work.
Well, at least it didn't delete them each time.
Let's see what I did wrong. Export all.
Now, why didn't it try to delete the contents of the folder first?
Here. Because the delete mentions folder, so it goes to the subfolder we create for each export.
Gotcha.
While binary writer created files in the original folder, the one in files path, which is the root folder of our save. So now this, and with this change, it should work. But sounds didn't get extracted like at all, and that's what disappointed me more. Why is that though? Why didn't the sounds extract like at all? Let's just delete the Pro Wrestling X folders and see what happens from a blank slate. So models first.
Didn't you change the folder though to Pro Wrestling X?
Oh yeah, it crashed. What the directory not found? Yeah, folder name. Oh crap.
Change one thing.
Folder, yeah.
And watch it all crumble down.
Yep. That's what happens when you don't name your variables appropriately. You confuse them. Export models. Okay. Export textures. Go.
It's a thing of beauty.
Go. Okay, so these two should work perfectly. Yep.
Hey-o!
Yep. Okay,
Hey-o.
so sounds. Why aren't sounds working? Is this the sounds it is?
Yes.
right? SD. Creates a folder but doesn't extract anything. I didn't actually test it. I just trusted you. You said it
That was a
worked.
mistake.
Yeah, apparently. So,
Because remember, that one doesn't have a file, a parameters file for it.
yeah, it doesn't, but it doesn't ask for names. You did the trick with the I,
Right.
so it should work.
Now, did
But
you see my message to you? That
which one?
I found all the names of those files.
For the sounds inside the exe.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
could we?
I saw that. I saw that, and I was to tell you how we're going to do this. But for now, let's make sure
Yeah.
sounds get extracted at all.
Do you believe in magic?
So export all in sound import export takes a file name. It reads all the bytes. It looks for header offsets. So let's do this step by step and see if any header offsets are detected. Yeah, fuck. See,
What'd I do?
this I didn't
Oh,
correct this.
I told you. It was my
Yeah,
fault. This is why we had to get the thing working. The BitHub.
yeah, exactly, and it didn't work. It's giving us problem for whatever reason. Okay, Arma, it's nice though. Yeah, they are. Okay,
Play the number 27.
okay. Yeah, some rock music.
I don't have the video up, so I can't see you headbanging.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, sounds are exporting fine. Let's have my computer finally blow up, though. Let's go here, models, pick one. Okay, give me a fucking name. Let's give it a fucking name. I'm just going to make it models that.
Yep.
Meters that. Yeah, it crashed. And I was writing it without debugging, which didn't give me a proper error to work with. Fuck. Let's see what's going wrong. I should have it automatically create those two files for now. The given paths format is not right. Yeah. See what's going on? E-users Leftos documents pro wrestling next editor lots of slashes, then E-users Leftos documents again.
So why that happen?
I'm not sure. Let's see. So file name. I
have no idea.
Replace. Yeah, because the names file is the full path. Yeah, that makes sense. So I need to actually yeah, because we were supposed to just ask for a name, but names file is actually the full path. So here you go. Path file should be the names file, and then no, usually it is just a name. Oh fuck, I screwed this up. So how are we going to do this?
Copy or find the place?
Wait,
I don't know.
No. We're going to assume names file is going to be a full path anyway, and go to find all the usages of this and add the proper path to the names file. So import all needs, yeah, that has a full path. But here, this is just name, but it should be in the same folder as the file we're grabbing.
Right.
As the file we're exporting the models from. We assume they're both in the same folder because they usually are. So what I need to do is grab the folder from that. It should be this one. Okay. And then
We have a viewer on the stream.
Okay. Hello, viewer. Okay. This should work.
Come
Bird.
on, baby.
Models. That. Parameters. That. Nope. Fuck. I always keep running without. Yeah, let's not do that for now. Let me automate this a bit because I'm tired of entering so many names. We're going to make this be. That file is going to be files path plus models.dat, not a, that var names file is going to be okay. Let's try this one more time. Could not find file. Yeah, obviously, because I'm not asking. Oh, yeah. We're asking it to grab the names, but we're giving it the path to a names file we wanted to create. So we also need to ask the user for the original names file. That makes sense?
Yes, it does, because we never loaded in the other. Hey.
Yeah, we do.
Sexy Leftos.
Yeah, we do. Okay, pick the parameters file. Okay, so the path from this one should be no. The file name for this one should be. This is the names file we want to create. So what that's going to do is override the names file we give it to, but we don't want it to override. We want it to create a new one.
Well, we can just tell people to back up.
Yeah, but they never do. So.
Well, I mean, you can put a graphic into that main window, right?
Yeah, again.
So you just put in neon created by Leftos, and then underneath, back up your fucking files.
Yeah. And go to import all, have it and then we're going to have it be input and input names length. Yeah, I forgot to put a comma here. And this one should be, however, output, because it's in the binary, right? Okay. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it needs a parameter file, which is in eval. This one. Oh. Index was out of range. Why? Why? Oh, hex offsets never got created for whatever reason. Offsets never got. Why? Why? Why are you doing this to me? I told you to do this.
Right up there, 3 lines above where you are now.
30 fucking times, and I'm also giving you the first offset to work with, which is at 0. Why are you offsets empty? Why? 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 I add stuff to the offsets, and then right about here it disappears for whatever reason. So we need to do this step by step.
So it's not going because the
Let's-
offsets aren't being written to a list. I'm gonna keep pretending like I will understand how to help you on this.
Okay. Keep it. Keep it. Some more. Come on. Encourage me, fucker. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Offsets. Yeah. Now it has one offset. Right. Okay. So for each name, grab a name. All mess.x first name. Right. Okay. If files to import contains all mess.x, which does, then we want to, oh fuck. See, we have only one HTML windows, while the models file expects two of them. This would be...
I forgot about this.
Yeah, but that's not a problem we need to solve. Yeah, oh, what? Oh, files to import is full of paths. Yeah. Well, name is just a name. So, files to import. I need to have a list of these files. Yeah. I need to have a list of friendly names. If files to import contains name. No. I need to make a list of those. La di da di da di da di da. This should work. No promises.
I promise you nothing.
Yeah, I should have something giving me the progress of this. Did it work? That doesn't seem right. No, it does. It does seem right. 538. I wasn't expecting it to be so small. Fuck
Oh no,
yes.
it's tiny, man.
No. That's
No.
as big as the.
No.
file.
I mean, yeah, the models are tiny.
Apparently. Oh no.
Come on.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Nope.
No, it's writing these as characters while we needed those as the actual bytes.
Right.
So what we need to do is go back to the code and see the part that writes the hex offsets. Yeah, I'm writing that as characters. Fuck.
Sorry,
So,
I didn't catch that.
do character array to list.
Okay, one sec. Yep, be right back.
Show me the money. Come on.
There we go. Sorry. Oh.
Still not correct.
Just figuring out what we're gonna do for dinner.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck.
You can hear me, right?
No, I didn't hear you. I'm just...
No, I just want to make sure I had the mic back on. Sorry.
I just keep fucking up. Okay, so... I don't need this to be a list of characters. I need to grab this. Okay, so... This is the reversed byte string, but each two letters are a hex byte, and I need to convert that back to decimal and write that as a byte. So fuck.
So you have to write the character to decimal to byte.
Wait. So let's say we have the first hex offset, which is hex offset 0. The first byte we need to write from the offset is the first 2 characters from that, and that's a hex byte. It should be something like, say, this one, FE. So how do I convert FE, which is a hex string, to decimal? Probably like this.
Visual.
Convert to int32, but I don't want it to be int32. I want it to be bytes. Does that have? Yeah, it does have. So let's see. For int I equals 0 to I less than so they equal to 6, I increase by 2. And what are we going to do? We're going to hex offsets. Going to we need first byte of hex offsets. Say, and we need to hex offset dot substring I to all this convert to byte base 16 and then write that to the file. Yeah, that should work.
Well, if it doesn't work, I found Stack Overflow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did, but sometimes I just want to get it right on my own. More of a learning experience that way.
Which is fine. Hey, but if you got extra pair of hands and a dumb mind that knows how to Google, may as well.
Yeah, I know. I know. I don't consider you a dumb pair of hands. At least not until I need to move and have you come over to whatever city I'm in. Yes. Then you'll be such a nice, good pair of hands. So, let's try this one more time. Close hex workshop because it always crashes the tool. Pick a model. Pick the parameters file. I should put a message on to tell me that it's done. And that my teeth are nice. Hex edit. Parameters. Yay!
Okay.
Let's get that to 17, right? 17. Nope.
Nope, 19.
19? Are you sure? That doesn't work either.
17.
I remember you saying 17, but there seems to be something added. So maybe an extra fee, I guess. I would guess an extra fee because 4 bytes of offset, 4 bytes of size.
Let me load up my...
And then the next name. So let's compare that to the original one, which is, let's get that to be 17. It ends on 1B87050, 1B87050. Yeah, it's an extra FE in there, so we need to make the FEs one less, and we should be done.
At least it's something easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Minus. What the? -9. Okay. Let's try again. Import models. Pick a model. Close Hex Workshop. Pick the parameters, fine. Get no message whatsoever again. Open Hex Edit. Switch to 17 and yes. We fucking did it.
No, you fucking did it. Don't you try to even say that I had anything to do with this.
So, can you try those files in the game and see if they work for me, please?
Sure thing.
Rename them properly and try them out. See if we actually did this right.
Oh, Skype, go down to the bottom.
No, I'm sending this to you over Skype, so you should be taking Skype.
Yep, I don't. It didn't scroll down the IMs to it.
Wow, connection is really shitty.
Yeah, man. I'm not doing anything other than talking to you, so.
Yeah, probably in TeamViewer and Skype is already taken.
So I need the data folder open. I have this open. Rename this to hold up. And
Network send bytes delta. Yeah, it's probably maxing out my upload. Fuck. I need more speed. Oh crap. Anyway, but it seems to be working and it's just 35 seconds until you grab the files and check if we did it properly. So this, what would we do different with textures? Pretty much nothing.
Pretty much nothing.
Yeah. Just change models that I should be naming these files better.
Ayo. Open up, sexy lady.
Let's do this.
Oh.
Have it be
PWX MD PWX MDP. Alright, you ready
Yep.
for the moment of truth?
Yep.
Turn on the controller and let's go.
What?
Come on, load properly. Please. Please.
It shouldn't because its HTML window is just once in there, so it should be crashing right now. Remember that?
It didn't.
It didn't?
Nope.
So it probably is a mistake and it's only loading it once either way. So.
Well, every single file, including the sounds and the textures, has a double file at the end, I think.
Something went wrong in their, in their building code.
Okay, I need to not play the game. Get sucked into it.
Yeah, you seriously need to not play the game. I couldn't be any more fucking serious about this.
It loaded up fine though.